those days. It really wasn't. If you had enough to live on, everything seemed right. We were growing. Everybody was kind of pulling for each other and hoping to grow. And it was the team effort was important in those days.
You know, sometimes on the way up,
well,
a lot of people are lost by the wayside, Frank. And I think it's wonderful that you've been able to keep some of those friends from those days.
Well, I had the reverse experience, like many people have. I've never been bitter about it, but it happens, and it can happen to everybody, or anybody. When I had some dark days, a lot of my so-called friends disappeared. Everybody disappeared. And it didn't bother me. As a matter of fact, it taught me a lesson to become a little more tolerant with people, because I'm trying to understand why they did what they did, and I understood later on. I worked it out in my own mind.
You figured out why
I figured out they were insecure themselves, and they didn't know how to handle helping somebody else.
Well, you have so many friends in high places and probably in low places too, Frank. But is there anyone with whom you're most intimate? Is there anyone that you can open up to for when you're in trouble? When the going's good, when the going's bad? Is there anyone that you tell your innermost?
I think not, Aileen. Some years ago, I was in Florida, and I was having some problems. And I called a friend. He wasn't, he's a good friend. He wasn't ever a close friend. Even today, he's not a close friend, but we're very good friends. And apparently, I woke him up. And I said, have you got a couple of minutes? I'd like to talk to you about something. Just listen to me for a few minutes, and I want to get something off my chest. Had nothing to do with him or anything he knew about. And he was rather short with me. And I said, well, I'm sorry I bothered you, and I hung up the phone. And I never did that again. Fortunately, I never had to do it again. I think, though, if you nailed me down, I'd have to say that Mickey Rudin, our attorney, as I say, is the brain of the outfit.
Yes.
He is the man that I would probably sit down and tell him my sad story if I had one, if I had to talk to anybody at all.
But when you cry, Frank, you cry alone?
Well, I don't do that. I haven't done that in a long time, except for recent grief, but pretty much alone. Yeah, I would think so. It's a kind of it's a personal and an embarrassing moment, I think, particularly in a man. You know.
Yes. Oh, I see.
It's happened, but it's something that I think a man, it's a very private kind of thing.